So this person is speaking in weeaboo right now, okay? Speaking in weeaboo. So is Foodshops actually doomer about Biden to Harris? I'm a little bit doomer. I'm a little bit doomer, okay? Okay, so who is Harayama Yukang? Who is this person? Who is this person? Translate bio. So this so a while back I have covered something that was relevant at the time, okay? It was relevant at the time, but finally there's an update to, you know, what this thing is, okay? So back then, gamers online were raging over Yasuke in the new Assassin's Creed game being portrayed as a black samurai, and even though like they don't want him to be, you know, the black samurai, and also they don't agree with it either, right? There is some records to show, all right, that apparently there was this person named Yasuke back then in Japan who was a black samurai, right? It's known as like the only black samurai or something at the time, right? But the thing is that there has been a lot of debate. There has been a lot of debate on whether or not Yasuke is actually a samurai, or is Yasuke just simply a retainer, right? Because there's a difference between a retainer for a shogun or a retainer for a samurai lord versus an actual samurai, right? Because an actual samurai, defined as such in historical texts, is like supposed to follow the Bushido, supposed to you know, own property, own a house, own, you know, own sword, you know, all of that stuff, right? The thing is, all right, is that you have a lot of like these racists in denial who are saying like, oh, Yasuke was never a samurai, Yasuke was never a samurai, Yasuke was never a samurai, right? Whatever. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter because clearly his backstory is badass. Yes, headshot 519 is right. I don't give a fuck if he's a samurai or not. It seems like he kicked ass. I agree with you, okay? So the thing is, all right, it doesn't really matter because he was there when Lord Nobunaga, the first uniter of Japan, I think he was the first uniter of Japan. Yo, tough day today. Hanging in their foods. I will too. Thank you, Brigitte. Thank you for the $5. God, you guys are so kind today. Thank you so much. But
just a drink.
Nabanuga or whatever. All right.
Not stirred.
Tough day today. Hang in there, foods. I will too.
Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Listen, I appreciate that. You're very kind. But either way, yeah, Nobunaga, Nobunaga. Yes, Nobunaga. Okay. Is Yasuke's lord, okay? Either way, it is like positive that Nobunaga and Yasuke was like, yeah. So this is Nobunaga, all right? Nobunaga was also he was either bisexual or gay because he also had femboy lovers, all right? This uniter of Japan had like some femboy husband or some shit. Oda Nobunaga. Yeah, he was quite interesting, all right? He is a Tenkabito, person under heaven, and regarded as the first great unifier of Japan. So he's a warlord. He's a warlord that won and then managed to achieve uniting Japan for the first, okay? Ultimately, I guess the unfortunate part is that he got ambushed. He got ambushed by a general of his, all right? Near the end of his life, and Yasuke, the first black samurai, supposedly, allegedly, was there. Okay, so yeah, so there's some contentious pieces of art that are quite important. Okay, that are from back then. All right. So there is, so just for some context, okay? So I actually did research on this during a stream before, okay? So back then, all right, there is this work of art that depicts this one is called the Sumo Yorakuzo Ryobu. All right, I don't know how to say it, but whatever. The point is that typically depicted in green. Okay, this is Nobunaga. All right, it's either contended that this is Nobunaga or this is Nobunaga. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so either way, either he was the referee for the sumo wrestling match, or yeah, X and Y, right? Mori freshly 17 years old. Okay, at that time, listen, okay. 17 years, 364 days. Okay, you fucking freak. Okay, all right, sorry. Okay, and we see here a black man. All right, we have a black man, a dark-skinned man. Okay, I think this is too dark-skinned to be considered, natively Japanese, right? Because you can see here, this is a dark-skinned Japanese man depicted here. So the artist depicts a difference between a black man and the dark-skinned Japanese man, seen here and here, right? So here, we don't know whether or not this is, just a regular slave or a regular black man who is passing by, or this is actually Yasuke, all right? But then considering how everybody is like looking on and stuff like that, and then considering how the attire of this person is, matching with this, it just seems as though that this is actually, Yasuke and Nobunaga. And apparently Nobunaga treated Yasuke quite well. So yeah, there you go. Like he was treated quite well. Now, here's the thing. Here's the contention at the time, okay? So apparently at the time, the word samurai did not exist, okay? The word itself, samurai, did not exist. So even if you try to look back in the historical records, all right, and you looked at, actual historical depictions of Yasuke, right? He was just described as a black sworded retainer, and that's it, right? He was not described as a samurai because the term samurai at the time was not, no, they'll let anyone off the street and do sumo, famously not a sport about honor and stuff. Yeah, which is why there's contention and nebulousness around that. So the thing is that, yeah, there you go, right? Now this Hirayama guy, okay, this actual in real life, current day, modern day historian, all right? This person's bio says, a historian living in Yamanashi, specifically, specially appointed professor at the University of Health Sciences, affiliated with Pony Canyon. His many works include the basic structure of the Warring States daimyo domain, the Tenshin Jingo Rebellion, the fall of the Takeda clan, and Sengoku Shinobi, okay? So this is a actual professor. This is an actual historian, all right? Modern day historian who has several published works, all right? Now, why is this significant? Is because this historian has finally spoken up about Yasuke, all right? Inside these cryptic texts lies his professional opinion about Yasuke, all right? So this historian says, it seems like there's a lot to talk about Yasuke, a black man who served Oda Nobunaga, okay, translated. There are very few historical documents about him, but regardless of one's social status, if one's master promoted one to the rank of samurai, one could become one in medieval warring state society. I can say this because the historical documents state that, one, Nobunaga gave him a stipend, which is a payment, right? So Yasuke at the time was given a payment, okay? Number two, he was given a house, which is property, land, right? And number three, although to be fair, it's debated whether it's land or it's like a dormitory, okay? And number three, he was given the sword, which is true. That's absolutely true, though. Yeah, a samurai sword, to be precise. Being given a stipend and serving Nobunaga closely fulfills the important requirements of a contract between master and servant, an agreement to receive a stipend. It is also important that he was allowed to carry a sword. So he was a two-sworded servant and not a servant. Servants were not allowed to carry swords. So he makes the distinction. He makes a distinction between a servant and somebody who is allowed to carry swords, because servants are not allowed to carry swords, which is important, right? Because it clearly shows that the samurai sword is like, an object of honor, right? An object of high regard, right? But Foods, how do you know the Japanese university hasn't been infected by woke? See, that's the funny thing, is apparently I have seen that people have accused this historian of like being paid by Ubisoft or something. I have yet to look into whether or not that's true, allegedly, but apparently it's clearly not true because this person has no ties to Ubisoft whatsoever, and this is a genuine historian, right? So the thing is that ironic, and also finally, woke infecting Japan. Yeah, that's kind of hard to believe considering how right-leaning Japan is. Okay, so I'm not going to continue with that. But to be very fair, okay, we're talking about a university, and university tends to be left-leaning because they're supposed to be like a place for new think, right? But the thing is that yeah. Anyway, so this person says it is also important that he was allowed to carry a sword, so he was a two-sword servant. But he gives examples, he gives like facts, right? And if he was given a house, there's no room for doubt, right? If he was given a house, there's no room for doubt. He was probably a slave until Nobunaga took over the missionary slave, but due to the above 1, 2, 3, he probably became a samurai of his own volition. Okay? During the Honoji incident, Akeshi's side did not kill Yasuke because he was an animal or not Japanese. So Akeshi is the person who I think a Masumi or something, Akechi Masumi or some shit, okay? Basically betrayed the first great unifier, okay? And then he died soon afterwards, okay? A fitting end, by the way, for somebody who was a traitor, all right? Akechi side did not kill Yasuke because he was not he was an animal or not Japanese. So he was very racist, all right? And he didn't even want to give him a samurai's death because he viewed black men as like below him, okay? But that was only because Akechi did not recognize Yasuke as a samurai. Probably because he had discriminatory feelings. True. At that time, it was common for a master to promote someone of low status to a samurai. To begin with, there is a good example in Hideyoshi. So there you go. So this is an actual historian, all right? This is allegedly an actual historian who is commenting on Yasuke being the first, last, and only black samurai. So there you go, okay? And then this person, I don't know what this person says, like, wasn't he just a servant of a samurai? And then he says, defying a samurai servant. And this person says, a person who served a samurai family. So he's arguing with people in the replies. A person who served a samurai family, he was of low rank, and will be considered a handyman in modern times. And Hirayama says, you look up the word in the dictionary very carefully. What I want to say is, what is the definition of samurai servants that appear in historical documents from that time? So he's basically saying, he's talking about definitions here, right? He's being pedantic, which, by the way, is a good thing to be when you're a professor, right? You should be pedantic. So, yeah. And then this person says, kimono or nakama, so it's called, we're called buke samurai servants, that is, private servants of the Oda Nobunaga family, that are giving a stipend rather than a territory. They also carried equipment. In the diagram, the horse's mouth bearer or are all samurai servants. I mean, this could be it. Maybe this could be it. Okay, we don't know. Like some kind of special rank. Since you assert that you were a samurai, it would be natural for you to respond to a rebuttal, and then, so we have Japanese people who are like mad. All right, like we have some Japanese people. All right, who are mad. What's his body count? Nobody knows. By body count, you either mean by sex or by people he killed, right? I don't think we know that. If so, why did Yasuke not have a family name? Is it possible for a person to be promoted to the rank of samurai to not have a family name? William Adams had the name Muro, which is, William Adams is the white samurai, by the way. Yeah, which is, by the way, much more well documented, apparently. Yeah, this guy was like much more firmly to be a samurai. I've already answered my opinion elsewhere. You are a liar! Shame on your family and ancestors! You bring dishonor to your family in Japanese history. You must seppuku now to restore your honor. Dude, this total schizoid, gamergate, weeaboo is so cringe, dude. Telling an actual Japanese person, shame on your family and ancestors, trying to LARP as a Japanese person is so cringe. Like, this is actually crazy cringe, dude. This is crazy cringe. This is like the kind of cringe that I would expect from like a Gamergate motherfucker, dude. 30 likes, 18,000 views, dude. Thank you. Oh no, I don't even want to translate that. Okay. But yeah, so I think we have people molding in the comments. Yeah, there has to be people modding. Look at the amount of recalls there is. Jesus, man. Whether someone is a samurai or not is just a matter of definition. So if there are many points that match the conditions when reading from historical documents, then he must have been a samurai. Kimi Hashimoto was a complete rando. Unlike definitions in science and mathematics, there are often gray areas, but in history, there are quite a few cases where someone matches the definition. Yeah, okay. So basically, what I'm saying is, I think the best thing to say is, it seems like he was a samurai in anything but name, right? In science and mathematics, definitions problems, if the conditions do not match strictly, noise will come in. So there's a motivation to match precision. Okay, all right, yeah. But there has been things in history before where something matches, like, I bet that there has been things where it's like, oh yeah, it matches the description, but it's not it by name, right? Like, for example, if somebody lives by the knight code in, like, medieval times, would that person not be a knight if that person acted in every single way like a knight, except by name, right? Because the thing is, it was not a thing at the time to describe people as the name samurai, right? So like, it's kind of obvious to me that it's impossible to label people as samurai in the first place, like, if that's the case, by, like, historical, document people at the time. Knight were called knights, I think. I did the title was sire. Yeah, exactly that. Who always covers lolly censorship covers this yet? Wait, why? Why would lolly censorship person call that? I fucking hate Destiny Warriors and Monster Hunter. Okay. What? Wait, let me see. I see a lot of modding about Nuxtaku. Rightfully so, by the way. Occasionally, YouTube drama is like a broken clock that is occasionally right, it seems. Weren't knights knighted? If you want to define knights like that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think every single knight has to be knighted at all. I speak Japanese fluently, so I'm the ultimate authority on this. Japanese YouTubers all hate this woke Western yank must worship the blacks at the expense of everything else bullshit. Well, that has nothing to do with, like, actual historical fact, no? Like, actual historical fact is more important. Where is this Yasuke shit? Like the thing is, I understand you. I totally understand you, but, like, I would be curious what the actual historical fact is, right? Because that's what we're getting down to. But because, by the way, I agree with you. Okay, I agree with you. I don't disagree with that. But I'm talking about, like, whether or not this guy's an actual samurai. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell. Oh, Rev says Desu? Oh, okay, that guy. That guy makes, like, some junk, dude. That guy makes some Gamergate junk. It's really retarded. It's, like, actually retarded, dude. That person is, like, fucking remedial, dude. Let me see. Yeah, I got totally see Rev says Desu covering this. Well, disregard his opinion. I'm right. I remember they tried to wash his skin, but the black wouldn't come off. I think that's actually an event that happened. Yes. That's actually an event that happened. Yes. That is true. Yeah, like, if you look through Hirayama, like, whether to see he's, like, compromised by the woke or something. Like, I don't think this guy's, like, compromised by the wokes at all. Like, this guy's, like, an actual historian, I think. Because I'm trying to see whether or not this guy's compromised. Or whatever, or, like, really biased or some shit. I'll get back to work. I can't do this. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about here. You confess that you know nothing about Japanese medieval history. Oh my god! He's arguing with, like, other Japanese people. Interesting. Wait, who is this person? President and CEO of Agora Institute. Oh. He's calling out some CEO dude. You know nothing about Japanese medieval history. I already mentioned this, but the lowest ranking samurai before they were giving family names are various names such as Tonohara, Wakado, Ieko, and Heikantan, but among them are some who are not yet allowed to have family names. They recognize their service. Okay, alright. Wait, what did this person say? Oh my god! This CEO person is talking about it? So to receive a family name is to become a samurai. The essence of a samurai is family. Yasuke may have received a family name if he lasted a little longer, but when he disappeared in 1582, he did not have a family name and was not yet a samurai, at least not considered by one of many historians. Okay, so this guy's like... This guy's some CEO dude. Wait. Holy... Dude. Obscure conflicts. Guys, you would never be able to see the conflicts because they're in Japanese. But don't worry, I'm here, okay? Because I'm able to use Google Translate. Surnames, family names, and samurai status. Some have criticized the fact that they were not Japanese discourse. Japan discourse! Japanese discourse! Japanese discourse! Japanese discourse! Weeaboo! Weeaboo moment! Weeaboo moment! I'm a weeaboo! Japanese discourse! Okay. Surnames, family names, and samurai status. Some have criticized the fact that they were not samurai because they did not have a surname. Indeed, the presence or absence of a surname is a very important point of contention. However, during the Sengoku period, there were people who were of samurai status even without a surname. Okay, yes. Okay, great. Let me introduce the most easily understandable example. All right. In August 1567, Takeda Shingen ordered his clan, hereditary retainers, local lords, and vassals of local lords in Kai, Shinoda, and Western Kozuke to submit petitions. This is the famous Ikushima Ashihima Shrine petition. Among them is a petition signed jointly by local lords, Koizumi Kasensai Shinganaga, and Koizumi Takumisuke Minamasa of Ogata County, Shinano, and a petition signed jointly by Koizumi's vassals. The petition, which has an invoice with the words Kami Koizumi's vassals, is signed jointly by 8 I don't care! I don't care! Okay, alright. So are they not of samurai status? Are they vassals of local lord Koizumi Shiganaga? I think there's no doubt that they are of samurai status. Okay, so he's pointing out an example where somebody doesn't need a family name to be of samurai status. There are people called Tonohara and are people village samurai status, which was here. I mean, didn't people like respect Yasuke like when he walked around and shit? People were I think it was actually in the historical records that people like that they said like Yasuke was like gonna be the next lord. That he was lined up to be the next lord, like rumors and shit. I mean, we don't know whether or not that's gonna be true, but it is believed that there are several stages in the rise from peasant status to samurai status, and one cannot rise to the top in one leap. First, at the discretion of the lord, one was placed at the bottom of the samurai hierarchy, and by accumulating achievements, one's status rose. You often hear stories of lords giving their surnames or giving one character to their lords as a result of their devotion to loyalty. It is unusual for a black person to be given the name Yasuke by Nobunaga himself, along with other treatments he received, that is why Ota Ushichi recorded it in Nobunaga Koki, and probably also wrote about it in Ayatara Nikki. I assume that these are all like historical documents and shit, because it was a well-known story at the time. However, while Yasuke's treatment could have improved after that, I don't think he reached the point of being given a surname. However, it is simplistic to say he was not a samurai just because he did not have a surname. Since he was given the gift of Noshi wrapped around his scabbard, he was treated as a warrior. Kojiki Ruen clearly states only words can be given this name. A warrior who is Japanese, who is under a lord, who is given property, who is given money, and, you know, okay, alright, yeah, I mean, he's a samurai in everything but name, clearly. Just to be sure, I'll add a note. Some people use Miura Engine as an example, but when exactly was William Adams allowed to use the name Miura Engine? It could not have been right after Tokugawa Ieyasu met with him. It was also given the surname, family name, in recognition of his loyalty. It wasn't sudden. Everyone, please look into it carefully. We have this 4chan 4-leaf clover motherfucker saying, it's interesting. Thank you for this easy to understand explanation. Oh, that's unexpected. I thought it was a 4chan person. Whatever. Based. Alright, who is this lame-ass CEO nerd? Who is this CEO dork that dare challenges the great Hirayama, author of multiple Shit. So to receive a family name is to become a samurai. The essence of a samurai is family. Yasuke may have received a family name if he lasted a little longer, but when he disappeared in 1582, he did not have a family name and was not yet a samurai, or at least not considered one by many historians. So we have Mr. CEO guy, all right, this gruesome fella, all right, chiming in of Agora Institute Inc. God, what is this company? African Samurai. Is this like him raging at it? Is this him like just raging at it, or is it? I don't fucking know, dude. Anyway, and then Hirayama responds back to the CEO guy in a special quote tweet. Mr. Akita, you have confessed that you know absolutely nothing about Japanese medieval history. I've already mentioned this, but there was the lowest ranking samurai before they were given family names, surnames. They were called various names such as Tonahara, Wakado, Aiko, and Hikantan. But among them, there were some who were not yet allowed to have family names. If their lord recognized their achievements, they were given a family name. Pushes up glasses. If their lord recognized their achievements, they were given a family name and could acquire a family name. In particular, the status of a peasant, including merchants and craftsmen, was acquired through stages, and the surname family name was the last honor. When someone other than the family status, such as a peasant, was acquired, the first step was a contract of master and servant, the award of a stipend, and the part of the master-servant contract that recognized their service as a samurai, and was the award of a sword! Of a sword! Okay, alright, okay. Wait, did this guy ever respond? I mean, yeah. I mean, like, if he's correct, then he's correct. I mean, I trust the historian, right? These guys are the people that, you know, Wikipedia articles quote, right? That Wikipedia articles say. Are these people all raging? There's... yeah, no. People are raging. People are raging. People are raging. So this Japanese person says it gets away from the original problems as propaganda disguises history, a silent invasion, and an issue of international politics. This person is delusional. This person is actually delusional. Okay, what does this person say? 9 likes. Okay, that's not. Other Japanese already dissing this likely paid show. Is there any, dude? Is there any like actual like fucking proof that this guy is a paid shill? At all? Okay, yeah. Hold on, let me see. How did you first catch wind of this drama? Well, I mean, it was a thing. When the Assassin's Creed trailer came out, it had Yasuke. Yu Hirayama Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I don't think this guy is a paid shill. I'm starting to think this guy is not a paid shill. Yu Hirayama Assassin's Creed, no search results. Yu Hirayama Yasuke, he didn't say this either. Yeah, This guy's an actual historian, you fucking morons! This guy's an actual historian! What are you talking about? So you searched this up and it didn't show up anywhere? Oh yeah, this is where I first caught wind of this. Okay, yeah. This person says Japanese historian Yu Hirayama says Yasuke was a samurai. Yeah, okay. And then linking this. That's a cool GIF. Also, by the way, it is canonical that this guy was really tall, as well, like over 6 feet. And then all the short Japanese people were like, bro, this guy's huge. What the fuck? They're gonna go crazy. Historian, there's some context. Hirayama is facing backlash from Japanese Twitter for arguing that Yasuke was a samurai. There's nothing in the following tweets indicating he is defending Ubisoft. True. Profile. Okay, yes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Who is this person? Graduated from the Graduate School of Arts, Rikyo University, with a master's degree in history. He has worked at Yamanashi Prefectural. Can I join VC? Yeah, in a sec. Currently, he's a specially appointed professor at the University of Health Sciences, and he's getting backlash for it. Matthew Sherwood, good night. He has received a 24th Noguchi Prize in 2000 for his book, The Fundamental Structure of the Territories in Sengoku Daimyo. He won an NHK Regional Broadcasting Culture Award in 2007 for Takeda Shingen and Yamamoto Kensuke. He provided historical materials for the 1988 NHK Taiga drama Takeda Shingen and served as a historical advisor. Okay, his books include... Okay, great. On his first set of responses to backlash, Yu presented the historical works to back up his claim. Okay, we don't need to go through this. I just don't... Yeah, I'm sure... Wait! And was as black as a cow. What? On the 23rd day of the second month of the 9th year of Tensho, a black monk came from Kiritan province. He looked to be 26 or 27 years old and was as black as a cow. Look, I'm sure that it was used in a non-racist way, okay? He argues Nobunaga made Yasuke a retainer, made him a samurai. The Japanese historian continues his argument by asserting a lack of surname does not disprove samurai status. I think there is no doubt that they are of samurai status. I think they just have not been bestowed with a surname. Yeah, I was right. Yes, okay, yes, I was right. Yes, okay, because I did research on this before. So at this time, the word samurai did not exist. It was not a thing to call people samurai at the time in the historical records. But he was 100% a warrior. In the documents, do not say Yasuke was a baggage carrier. It says because he was strong and surpassed ordinary people, he sometimes carried Nobunaga's tools. Ah! This is interesting. Okay, yeah. So it was only because he was strong and big, and that's why he carried tools and weapons for Nobunaga. Not because he was actually designated as like the squire or baggage carrier or some shit. If you really want to say something for certain, he was probably a retainer. A retainer is like a squire for samurai. It's like the squire. It's like a squire to a knight or a retainer to a samurai. Oh. Yu gets a little snippy in his debates with Japanese Twitter. Well, the famous Hideyoshi social status control order in the Kobayakawa family documents began with the phrase service range from samurai middle ranked. Yeah, he's as a researcher of medieval Japan, I'm sure Tachibana-san will understand that in this world. Is this person Tabanachi? I think maybe. I'm sure Tachibana-san will understand that in this world is common knowledge that servants of samurai families were below the rank of samurai. Oh, he's saying Tachibana-san in a condescending way. That's based. This is what Japanese online arguing looks like. That's so based, dude. God, I love Japanese weeaboo shit. I don't think okay. Some people use mirror engine. Okay, maybe we'll read this another day sometime. But like, yeah, there you go. Like, I think we pretty much covered the brunt of it, right? Like, this guy does not seem to be a paid shill. This guy has no history of interacting with Ubisoft or with interacting with, Yasuke. So this guy just comes out and says, like, Yasuke was in fact a black samurai, right? Yeah, there you go. I think this is pretty much the definitive answer, right? Okay. All right, let's have Yuri come in. Yuri, please. Yuri-san. Okay, all right. Why am I doing that? Hey, hello.
What's up? So yeah, what this guy said is absolutely true. Um, there's a few things. First of all, Japanese people, especially Japanese people on Twitter, they are it's pretty much as racist as it gets in like American Twitter. Like there's this perception that people on like foreign Twitter like they don't have like the same issues of like alt right troll accounts, like racist people in general, people that just lie about their credentials. The funny thing is that tweet that you showed.
Wait, Yuri, real quick. Can you speak Japanese for me to certify your legitimacy?
I
Go,
don't
go,
want to
go,
do
go,
that.
go, 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 go. Okay,
No,
okay, never mind,
I don't want to
Okay,
do that.
okay, yeah.
I will say I've been to Nobunaga's castle. I lived in the city that he founded. The
Mm-hmm.
city I lived in literally had a giant golden statue of him. I have a photo of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So Japanese people, there are a lot of troll accounts. There are racist people on Twitter. There are people that don't want Yasuke to be a samurai because he's black and because they don't like black people, and they think that Japanese history needs to be pure. And like there are like all the social problems we have in the West also exist in Japan. The funny thing is that the account that you showed, I'm sure if you go back and recognize, that guy is actually Chinese. If you look at his name was like Ming Yao Xing or something like that.
Wait, what, really?
Yeah, if you go back and look at his account is he's a Chinese guy. So I think that's even
Wait,
more funny because clearly.
Are you saying the CEO guy?
No, the guy that responded to the historian and then he responded back to him. That guy's Chinese, which I think is funny.
Wait. Did
Uh,
I miss that somehow?
Yeah, go back and look at his.
I can't find it anymore. I deleted the tab.
Oh fuck. Well, yeah, he had like the Chinese phonetics. It was like I saw like Xiao Gong or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah. So the question on whether or not Yasuke was a samurai is like very pedantic and stupid. So the first thing you have to understand is he existed in a time period where yes, samurai was not a codified term. The concept of a samurai slowly morphed like into a social class over time as the military dictatorship that was created during that period extended all the way up until the late 19th century. And so what you have to understand is in all conceivable notions that people have on what a samurai is, especially in the West, Yasuke was a samurai. He wore the armor, he had a sword. If and we don't know this because there's not very strong historical evidence, but if he was there during when Nobunaga was killed and when his castle was raided, Yasuke would have been there fighting the other factions, right? So under all
so he actually fought, right? Like he wasn't just like a fucking by name honor, like
if he was there at the time, he would have fought. Yes. Now we don't actually know if he was there at the time because all of this happened in I believe the 12th century or the 10th or the 11th century. Don't quote me on that. Right, so we have paintings of Yasuke like wrestling and practicing martial arts with other retainers of Nobunaga. We have, of course, the records of Nobunaga talking about him. We have the records of the Christian Portuguese missionaries that enslaved or that bought him in Africa and transported him to Japan. There is actually decent historical evidence that it was not an unusual practice for Africans to be brought to Japan. Obviously, it wasn't like in North America or South America where you had insane numbers of people, but yeah, no, slavery was common enough that he wouldn't have been the first or the last black person in Japan at the time.
I see. Wait, hold on. Corey says, as far as being an Asian goes, sorry, not Asian, Jesus, as being a slave goes, Yasuke might have won the slave jackpot.
Yes, wait, this is
to be fair, I think that's a fair way to put it, but at the same time, when the betrayal happened, like he had to go back. He had to go back to the missionaries, unfortunately. And then the records in there, right?
Yes, the fact of the matter is he was given to Nobunaga as a present. Nobunaga took a liking to him for whatever reason, probably because he was strong and maybe because he was unique. I don't know. There might
be because he was black. Wait, yes, because because he was black. Because I remember seeing what the records say, apparently, according to Wikipedia, right, at the time when I researched it, was that Nobunaga wanted to see a black man since forever. Like he basically wanted to see what black people look like because he's heard stories of them, like this mysterious human that has black for skin as ink or whatever, right? Yeah,
like a cow. There's but there is a difference between wanting to see a black person and having them as like your personal like zoo animal, and then like actually taking a liking to this individual, trusting this individual, and integrating them into your your court, for lack of a better term.
So here's another fact that I know about. So apparently he sat at Nobunaga's table and whenever they ate. The thing is that only very few people were allowed to do this, like at the time, because this guy at the time was like the military dictator of Japan. So it's like
that's a
right?
little. Okay, Nobunaga was
he not? He absolutely was, right? A unifier.
No. He was the first great unifier. He was the first person during that period of warring states in Japan that decided to unify the country. Now, Nobunaga was a very powerful person for a few reasons. First of all, Nobunaga, his castle was in the city that's known as Gifu, right? And this was one of the trading cities. So if you wanted to trade from the ports in the Kansai regions, Osaka, Kyoto, those areas, and get it to where the agriculture is grown in the east and the Kansai region, you have to go through the city, right? So he was like the leader of Atlanta, right? All of the merchants that wanted to go from one side of the country to the other had to cross through this section of the country, right? And so he had power because he essentially controlled the trade. If you were
he controls the spice. He controls the spice. Okay.
The metaphorical spice, yes. Because if you're one of the
spice.
Yeah, if you're one of the rich elites that live in the central regions of Japan and you want to get your food, which is grown in the eastern regions of Japan, it has to be carried through Gifu, which was one of the two cities. The other one was Nagoya, which was where Nobunaga was born, and I believe he also did control that region as well. He was the first great unifier, so he had a plan to unify Japan. Of course, then, he was betrayed, and that guy who betrayed him then tried to unify Japan, and then he was betrayed, and then that other guy did, I believe, end up unifying Japan, and then after he unified Japan, he was then betrayed, and then this other guy who was like taking care of his son then betrayed his son, and then there was like this whole cycle that eventually culminated in the Edo period, which was when we saw hundreds of years of peace until until the early 19th or the late 1900s.
And then the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah. No, I'm not a historian. I'm just a nerd.
Well, I mean, but it's also because you lived in Japan. You probably looked into some of the historical places and shit, right?
Yeah. I like, for example, I didn't know that Gifu was a bottleneck of trade in Japan until I went to the castle and they have these documents and I can show you photos of them. They have like a whole map that shows like the route from Kyoto to Edo, which is what it's called at the time. Now it's called, the route from Kyoto, to Tokyo. And then like it shows all the different cities along the way that you have to stop at, and Gifu's like the center one.
I see. Yuri, can you please speak Japanese? Please.
Okay, well, anything for you. What do you want me to say?
Hold on. This person says that fake Japanese. We need proof. Okay, wait, hold on.
I'm not Japanese. I'm not. Okay, I am not Japanese, and I'm not claiming to be Japanese.
Hold on. Just speak. Okay, I don't know anything you want. I don't care.
Like, I see Corey Anders says, Foodshops wa kawaii desu, which means food shops is cute.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to remove this message though because only I get to say that.
Okay, what the bro? What is wrong with you? Okay, sorry. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. Foodshops wa bijin desu ne. Silver King. Okay, bye.
Okay, wait, all right, wait.
I'll let you figure that one out.
Okay, all right, see ya, bye. Thanks.